Hey guys, this is Paul with rcFoamFighters. I'm back out at the park with the FF-Supersonic. Going to be doing another test flight. I finally got the props that rcPlanepirate suggested. These are 6" by 4.5 pitch. The last props I was running in the last video were 3-bladed 5" by 4.2 or 4.3 pitch. So hopefully these will put out more thrust, and they got a little more pitch, so hopefully a little more speed. So I do have the GPS on it again, and right now I just hacked it into the plane to lower it so it's a little bit more aerodynamic. Still not perfect, but should be good enough for this test flight. This will probably be the last test flight of this plane anyway. I'm going to be rebuilding it with a little bit bigger fuselage, a little bit bigger wingspan coming up. But anyway, we'll get it tested out with these motors and with these props and see what type of performance we get. Okay guys, I also, before I take off, I wanted to go over real quick how I get CG. I had a question from Frank Palmer 6678, I believe it was. He's asking me how I get the CG of my planes. Most of the especially original planes I do, I'll draw it up in CAD. Then once I get the basic outline of the plane, I'll create like a smaller, just basic shape model, and I'll start doing some glide tests with it to see how it flies. And I got a little weight on here. I'll move back and forth until this thing glides at roughly pretty good with a little bit of a downward slope. So it's about a little bit nose heavy. That's what you want, because once you add the thrust in, it's going to change the variables a little bit. So basically I find the CG mark on this little mock-up, which is basically just a scaled down version of the bigger plane. And then if I'm still curious about dial in the CG a little better, I'll build like a full-size plane and also do glide tests with it. And again, I put a weight on there. This plane, without any electronics, the CG was actually pretty close to being almost right on. I just had to add a little bit of weight just before the CG line. So anyway, I'll just do some glide tests with these, until it glides right, with just a little bit of a downward slope in the glide. And then once I get that, then I have a pretty good guess at the CG, and I'll transfer that over to the real plane. And like I said, once you add in the electronics and the thrust and stuff like that, it can vary a little bit, but usually doing those glide tests is good enough to get you up in the air, and usually it's pretty close, and I don't have to change the center of gravity very much. Okay guys, let me get the plane all plugged in, and we'll do the flight test with this different setup with the different props and see how it flies. That was nice. Took off with probably a little less than half throttle. Definitely more thrust. Okay, yeah, it doesn't sound like the motors are winding up as high. But we'll see what the GPS reads when we get back. I'll do a second flight too. I brought my old GoPro. It's like an old GoPro Hero HD, one of the first ones. I'll put it on the plane after this flight. Barrel rolls are nice. Yeah, this really is a nice flying plane. I do have the new version. I started the build on it. It's a little bit bigger wingspan, a little bit bigger fuselage, and I'll probably be sizing up the motors a little bit bigger. I'm going to go from the F40s to the F80 motors, and they're a little bit higher kV. These are 1950 kV. I'll be going up to 2200 kV, so hopefully that'll pick up a little speed too. Here's a full throttle run. Wow, she flies nice and straight. Today there's not much wind, so it's a little bit nicer to see the flight characteristics. You can really tell how it's flying. Yeah, I think with these props that rcPlanepirate suggested, It's definitely a little bit quieter too than those last 3-blade props I used. I think with those, when I build the second plane with the other motors, it should handle these props better, I think, and definitely wind up faster. We'll probably have a higher top speed. And I'm curious to see what it's flying at now. Okay, I'll do another full speed run. And again, it's nice because the wind is real low today, so you know, you get a better reading on the top speed too, so it won't be affecting it as much. Yeah, once this plane's dialed in, it looks like, you know, it flies really nice and level. And on the new version, I did scoot the motors out a little bit farther apart. Hopefully that'll help the differential thrust have a little bit more authority. Yeah, that on the next plane too, I will put rudder on it. So, you know, with the differential thrust and a rudder, should hopefully help the yaw authority be a lot more. Oh, I forgot to mention before too, I've got little landing skids. They're almost like vertical stabilizers on the bottom. I mounted them to the simulated motor pods. I added those when I had the 3-bladed props to help get them off the ground when I'm landing. Oh, one other thing to note too, where I'm flying at, I'm at a pretty high elevation, so I'm sure that affects the performance. Here in Albuquerque, at where I'm flying at, this park's, when I looked at Google Maps, is at 5,600 feet elevation. So, you know, you definitely, if you're in the lower, thicker air, I'm sure the props will grab more air and maybe be a little faster. But then again, you know, the wind resistance might be a little more too, so I'm not sure. But I'm sure that definitely affects, especially like the EDF planes I fly often. Coming in fast, woo, woo. Dang, came in fast. Did I shatter a prop? Hope not. Let's check out the GPS. Oh crap, yeah, I did break a prop. Damn it, you know what? I think I forgot to bring the other props too, so I don't think I'm gonna get a second flight today. Damn, I broke both props. Oh, that GPS can't be right too. It's only reading 25 miles an hour. Huh, that's crazy. So it looks like I didn't get a good speed run. It might be because I do have the ESCs kind of right below the GPS. So unfortunately we didn't get a good speed run on that. Coming in fast. Woo. Woo. Dang, came in fast. Okay guys, yeah, we're back in from after landing. Looks like I broke both props. I did notice that these props were a bit brittle. I actually broke one just when I was putting it on and kind of holding on to it while I tightened on the bolt on top of the motor. So, you know, I like the pitch and the way these look, but they feel very brittle. So I do have some other drone props that are more durable. They're 6-inch by 4.2 or 4.3 inch pitch. So I'll probably come back out tomorrow and do another flight with those and try and get another GPS reading, and also do a flight with the GoPro mounted. Okay guys, that'll finish up the video for this FF-Supersonic, which is still in development. Looks like it flew very good though. I was happy with the way it flew today. Looks like it was a little bit more dialed in. So I'm gonna be probably taking this plane apart, you know, maybe after I fly one more time tomorrow, and then I'll start building the new plane and trying to get the final edition worked out, and then we can make plans for it. thanks for joining me on RC Foam Fighters. Please like and subscribe if you can, and I'll see you again next time.